This panel of black folks speaking about the Trump-Kamala debate was an absolute dumpster fire. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about this absolute dumpster fire of a panel discussion on Revolt after the Trump-Kamala debate and also during the debate. They had live coverage and then they gave their post-debate opinion. This was a mess. And the reason why it was a mess is because of the host, Tezlyn Figaro. Now, you may not know who that is. It's totally fine. Don't really worry about trying to get to know this person. You kind of want to unsee and unhear whatever she's talking about, okay? Now, there were some good folks on the panel as well. Michaela Montgomery from the viral Chick-fil-A picture with Donald Trump. You had a young man in the audience who did amazing. We'll get to him in a minute. There was some good here, but it was overall bad and ghetto and loving hip hop and basketball wives and I want to fight you on TV to get clicks and ratings. It was like that, which is really embarrassing for a political discussion. And before I go any further, let's get to some clips. Of course, I will link to the entire thing in the box. And after we get done reviewing this dumpster fire, I'm going to show you how black folks should speak about this kind of issue, the decorum, the class, the energy, which is the complete opposite of this. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
I want to hear the Republican sister's comment about grabbing about a pee.
Well, first of all, context is important.
Now, if you don't know what she's talking about, it's the Access Hollywood tape with Donald Trump, in which he said, hey, when you're a celebrity, you could do whatever you want. You can grab them by this, grab them by that. But the key that people try to overlook that they want to miss is that he said that they allow, permit, give permission, give consent, not just, oh, I got money, I'm going to do whatever I want because I'm going to get away with it. That's not what he was referring to. But let's hear from Michaela Montgomery.
So when he's talking about, no, I'm just saying, because if we're being honest, if we're being real, it's a lot of black women in this room, right? And a lot of black women love rich men, right? So I hate to be the one to say it. I hate to be the one to say it. But in him saying, hey, you know, when you're rich, you can do whatever. You can just grab them by the. Isn't that what the quote was? That is exactly what the quote was. Now, I'm sorry, but Jock, if you wanted to grab anybody in here by the none of these girls would tell you no. You don't have to. Wait a minute. No.
Now, that comment right there was one that set people off, but there was a lot of back and forth over the most insignificant things throughout this entire discussion. But let's continue.
Hold on. Oh, yeah. Now everybody mad. Hold on. So you are going to act like, as a celebrity. Hold on.
Wait a minute, because now you disrespecting me. Y'all can't grab me by no. Wait a minute, let's get
you
this.
You and I have already made it clear that you and I don't succumb.
No, but you said any black woman in here. Hold up. It's time for pause for the call.
Let me clarify.
Hold on, let's let Jock answer quickly. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, Jock. No, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute, girl. Hold on, wait a minute. No, let's let Jock. No.
Let me not say anybody in here. Let me not say.
Ghetto. And this is not a good panel. Look, she's supposed to be the host, right? That's her in the center, Tezlyn Figaro. She is supposed to be the host, but I'm hearing that. That's not a very good host, okay? I can't hear everybody if everybody is at the same time trying to get their point across, okay? I'm hearing 1,000 voices, but I don't hear one word from the 1,000 voices.
Hello, ma'am. You said it. Stand on business. You said it. Stand on business. Listen, now you went too bad. You better watch what you say. Then watch your mouth. She said.
That was the energy throughout the entire thing. And you know what? People like this, I don't want to see on TV at all because they represent black Americans terribly. And if you're not a black American and you're watching this from abroad or even in America, you could be a black Caribbean, black African, you could be a European, an Asian, whatever it is, South American. When you see stuff like this on television and you go out in your regular community and you see that kind of behavior, you're going to think that's just black folks in general, which leads to racism. So we got to really control our image. Tezlyn Figaro has got to get up out of here. Really, I don't want to see her no more on my TV. But let's continue. We're going to go ahead a little bit to get to the young man in the audience who did really well. All right, check it out.
People are important, and we want them here too, and we're glad to have you.
3.6 million people listen to me every morning.
Yeah.
From 6 to 10 on my platform.
That's Young Jock. It's going down if you didn't know.
So yeah. I'm happy to be here, man.
We appreciate it, brother.
First off, I want to say, Jock, I want to give you the props for those laptops, because I know it's going to make the difference for those kids that you did that to. So people who are online, please just watch who you give, who you're trying to knock, and who you give respect to, because those are resources that you didn't have to do, but you did it because you've always been a real one. And so we, as a community, we appreciate you, and you should be, if anything, one of the first people to speak, because when people aren't looking, you're still working for us. Mm-hmm. And I do want to
now shout out to him for giving Young Jock some praise and coming into it, you know, kind and with respect. I like that. Very good. Shout out to you.
Say this, and this is, I mean, Tez, I know you said one thing. You said, hey, you know, you sitting next to a big dog. You sitting next to a big dog. But out of that whole stage right there, if Trump wins, only one of y'all going to the White House, and that's Michaela right there. And so we got to be honest on what we got to know. We have to know. What I'm saying is, hold on. Out of the whole crowd, only one person. Hold on, let me just.
Gotta listen to each other.
And you know what? This is the frustration that I feel a lot of times when I go into a lot of these black-centered spaces. They cut you off. You can't make your point. As soon as you start to kind of get somewhere and they get offended, they just cut you off. Okay, they heard a trigger word. Now they don't want to hear you talk at all. But you're supposed to be a moderator, a host, and you're not allowing people to speak. You're just interrupting, interjecting, real negative. It's just overall bad energy. Tezlyn and Figaro, I hate. I really do. I'm going to just say that.
Go ahead, brother.
And this is why black people,
finish.
and when it comes down to
finish your comment, baby.
When it comes down to a divide,
focus on
when it comes down to a divide in our community, this is why, because we're talking about everybody being so politically correct instead of in 4 years, what are we going to get? You mentioned chaos. Black people have been in chaos way before this debate ever started. We're in chaos in the homeless shelters. We're in chaos when it comes to the Department of Labor. We're in chaos, the fact that Jock has to bring out laptops for the kids because there's not enough resources in our community. Right. And so when we have a sister with a different opinion than ours, it's about giving that respect. The fact that...
hold on, wait a minute. Wait, no, you're not. No, I'm going to stop you because you're going on and on. And this sister here is the one that invited this sister.
Now, one thing, if you're going to be a host of a show, you need to learn when to shut your pie hole and let others talk. Let others talk. Now, if I want to hear a podcast with Tezlyn and Figaro, I can do that. If I want to do that, which I'm not going to do, I'd rather watch paint dry and count air molecules than listen to this woman talk for more than 2 seconds. Okay, that's just the reality. And in this case, you got to be the host and not talk as much as you would on the podcast. But she can't because she got to just react all the time.
So if I did not respect this sister, she wouldn't be sitting here. You're going to put some respect on that. We're not going to sit up here. No, you can get frustrated and look down and all of that. Relax. Well, we got to make sure we're very clear. This platform was designed to bring this sister here. So if there was no respect for this sister, she wouldn't be here. So,
I mean, they don't really mean nothing, though, because I see people all the time bring on punching bags and tomato cans, things of this nature. Opponents that they think they can easily be defeated, people that they want to try to embarrass, if they want to push for a certain agenda. And they know a person might not necessarily be, or they think the person might not be as knowledgeable as they are. That's what they think. It's not really the case in this case. But if you think that, then the purpose of bringing them on is to embarrass them, therefore embarrassing that whole community that she's part of. You see? So just because you brought her on doesn't mean you actually respect her.
So let's make sure we're using the right context, brother. I don't mind you making the point about one sister going. This is the only sister on this stage that want to go. So let's also make that clear, because I don't work in no White House. So I want to be clear about that. Everybody ain't trying to get a job in the White House. You can continue, but let's not act like she's not respected, because she is. We just have a difference of opinion.
When people are yelling about who's a big dog,
I am a big dog.
And what I'm saying is,
I'm a big dog.
Out of this,
you can't talk for 2 seconds before she starts talking. Just stop talking.
Whole stage, only one person was standing on the stage with a presidential
and
candidate.
Only one person on this stage flipped Michigan. And only one person on this stage organized over 2,000 people every year. Only one person was the racial justice director for Bernie Sanders. Only one, because remember, you don't want to do resumes, because the sister already said she don't have no resume. So you might want to back that. Yeah, you did. You said you don't have like resume. Ain't but one sister, the senior public policy advisor for Ben Crump. Let's go on to the next. Ain't but one sister signed the front of the check.
Now, I think the crowd is kind of groaning because they don't even like her. They don't even like her. It's probably an all black crowd. They don't even like her. I hate her in this instance. I hate what she's doing. I put it to you that way. I'm trying to be a little bit soft, but I've had enough of her. What I want to do right now is show you how she should behave, how anybody, regardless of what color they are, should behave in this kind of environment, talking about politics and policy, things of this nature. Okay. Now, this is on Fox. They had their own post-debate panel, if I'm not mistaken. Let's hear from the young lady here. This is going to be very refreshing. Palate cleanser, if you will.
Race baiting and fear mongering was a big part of her tactic tonight.
Part of Kamala's tactic?
Yes, Kamala's tactic.
Okay. What in particular would you remember about that?
Especially when she brought up the Central Park Five. I think that's a hot button issue, especially for a lot of African Americans, but she leaves out a lot of specifics to that. Like the lead prosecutor was a Democrat at the time. Back then, Donald Trump was also a Democrat. He wasn't always a Republican, and he was praised heavily in a good way for taking out that ad in the paper because a lot of people did think that they were guilty. So a lot of people that were against Trump now were once a big fan of his, and I think he was gaslit during the entire debate, and that was probably why he was so defensive. And even when he brought up the topic of race, he brought that up because she's pandering. She's using being black as a trope to get the black vote, but instead of her leaning into it, I would have liked to see her lean into the fact that, yes, I am a black woman, and this is my plan for Black America, but she clearly doesn't have a plan because she's essentially not black.
There you go. That right there, very, very well said, straight to the point, articulate, not combative, a mature way to express yourself. And you know what? Even if she was on the left and spoke that way, I would still give her flowers and say, you know what? That's a good way to express yourself. Okay. The hood rat energy, the ghetto energy, the just ridiculous, combative, always got to talk every 2 seconds energy from Tezlyn Figaro was disgusting. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to everybody that can have a good and, respectful debate, respectful discourse. Shout out to you guys that can do that. I really, really appreciate y'all. Those who want to be the Tezlyn Figaros of the world, I just, whoever you are, just stay away from me, okay? Just don't get anywhere near me because I don't want to be around that kind of negative, despicable energy. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your thoughts on the Revolt podcast, whatever they had after the debate and during the debate? How did Michaela Montgomery do? Tezlyn Figaro, Young Jock, anybody else? Did you watch a lot more than what I showed right here or just these clips today? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. How about the young lady at the end? Does she kind of give you some more hope and faith in the American people as far as our political opinion? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. Yeah, the Revolt thing was a mess. Tezlyn, I've not liked her from the beginning. When I first saw her on Breakfast Club or something like that, I didn't like her. Combative, trying to fight, just overall a negative person that I wouldn't want to be anywhere around. And I don't want to see her on my TV anymore. So let's not have her come back to anything like this. If I could just have one wish, that'd be it right there. No more Tezlyn Figaro on my TV. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.